Hey there! Thanks for joining me for tonight's episode of Public Domain Theater. A few weeks back, I showed you the classic Ed Wood film Plan 9 from Outer Space. When I did, somebody asked me if I was losing my touch by showing a movie they had actually heard of. I would have to say no, but every once in a while, I like to give people a break from forgotten films like Dementia 13, Breakfast in Hollywood, and Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter, and throw in something they may have actually heard of, if not seen. So keeping that in mind, I give you George A. Romero's original Night of the Living Dead. Radiation from a fallen satellite infects the dead and causes them to rise from their graves and meander after people who fall down a lot and munch on their brains. If you're being chased by a zombie who's not running all that fast and you get caught, you deserve to die. It's called thinning the herd. George A. Romero's film is rightfully considered a classic and the father of the modern zombie film. If it weren't for this, we wouldn't have Shaun of the Dead, The Walking Dead, or Dawn of the Dead, both Zack Snyder's terrific remake and Romero's original. Romero has directed many horror films over the last 44 years, including 6 of the Deads. Just plug in these words to get the full titles: Night, Dawn, Day, Land, Diary, and Survival. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, the plot. A bunch of people are holed up in a house that's surrounded by zombies. Terror ensues. That's pretty much it. Films with a plot that can be described in one sentence pretty much live and die by the directors, writers, and actors. And thankfully, Night of the Living Dead has pretty good ones. George A. Romero co-wrote the film with John A. Russo. The cast is led by Duane Jones and Judith O'Dea, who both give good performances. It is a creepy classic that fans of cult movies often call a favorite. Not only has it inspired countless films, it also inspired a guy named James Ruffel to take the film, knock out all of the dialogue, and replace it with his own comedic dialogue, a la Woody Allen's What's Up, Tiger Lily. He released it in 1991 as Night of the Day, of the Dawn, of the Son, of the Bride, of the Return, of the Revenge, of the Terror, of the Attack, of the Evil Mutant Alien Flesh-Eating Hellbound Crawling Zombified Living Dead, Part 2 in shocking 2D. Wow, that was so long it could pass for a Fiona Apple CD title. Get your popcorn and your soda, make note of the nearest emergency exit, and switch off your cell phone or pager. Public Domain Theater is proud to present Duane Jones and Judith O'Dea starring in Night of the Living Dead. One of the most influential horror movies of all time, George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead. In 1968, it was heavily criticized for its graphic content, while at the same time critically praised, and eventually selected by the Library of Congress for preservation in the National Film Registry for being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. Now you may be wondering how a film that the Library of Congress recognizes as being worthy of preservation ends up in the public domain. This is what happened. When the film was being shot, it was called Night of the Flesh Eaters, and a company called Image 10 was involved in the production. It was difficult for them to find a distributor because of the graphic scenes. So they wanted some scenes cut and the final scene reshot entirely. Romero refused to give the film what he called a Hollywood ending. The Walter Reed organization agreed to show the film uncut, but changed the title from Night of the Flesh Eaters to Night of the Living Dead, because they already had a film with a similar title to Flesh Eaters. While changing the title, which had the copyright date underneath it, the new title was added, and the copyright was not. So we here at Public Domain Theater were able to show this classic film due to a clerical whoops, to which I say, score! If you'd like to leave me a message, say hello, or suggest a film, you can contact me through Facebook, Public Domain Theater, Twitter, @Cherokee_Jack, or YouTube, FL Warmer. Don't forget that you can see it live, monthly. Public Domain Theater live at Popcorn Noir in East Hampton, Massachusetts is a lot of fun. The movie is free and the food is excellent. Make sure to check out Popcorn Noir's website, www.easthamptonpopcorn.com, for showtimes. Have a good night, everyone, and remember, they're coming to get you, Barbara. How about this? Radiation. Let's take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Okay, revenge of the terror, of the attack, of the evil. I knew that was going to mess me up. It was so poorly done. Like the dialogue was so poorly put in. That's what made it great.
You would like Mystery Science Theater.
Yes, much like a lot of the things on this show. They're coming to get you, Barbara. 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 They're coming to get you, Barbara.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.